10 years ago, a great innovator named Steve Jobs gave one of the most inspiring speeches ever at a college commencement. At the end, Steve Jobs quoted some powerful words he'd seen as a young man that he wanted to pass on. Those words were, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." I read some words that I found extremely powerful that I've been carrying with me ever since. And those words were from our 26th President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt. So just indulge me for a second. "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does always actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat."
Well, you come from the working class background that I come from. I feel guilty at 10 to 5 if I'm not in the office. I know that might sound strange to you, but there's a work ethic that I have to be half dead not to not go to work. It's a kind of a work ethic that's built into me.
I really wanted to show people how much hard work it takes, the ins and outs, and how really you don't have to be born into a situation, you don't have to come from something or possess something or look flawless, even though I like looking like this sometimes.
Yeah.
You can just be you and have a dream and plant the seed and water the root.
It just shows you again so much for it can't be done. This is why I try to tell you, anything and everything can be done if you can visualize it and if you believe in yourself. It was the same thing again when I ran for governor. You can imagine when I went on the Tonight Show and I announced that I'm going to run for governor of the great state of California. People came to me afterwards and said, "You're crazy. You don't announce something like this on the Tonight Show. You have an official press conference at the state capitol. Plus, you don't start with governorship, you start first with mayor or with state senator." And I said, "I don't want to be senator, I don't want to be mayor, I want to be governor. Don't you understand that?" Well, the rest is history. I won in 2003 and I won also in 2006. And let me tell you, you're going to find the naysayers in every turn that you make. Don't listen. Just visualize your goal, know exactly where you want to go. Trust yourself. Get out there and work like hell and break some of the rules and never ever be afraid of failure.
When we have had failures, those have ultimately resulted in some of the greatest successes we've ever had. You talk about those, particularly when someone comes to see you and they say, "Yeah, feeling really bad because this didn't work out." Okay, well, let me tell you about some other things that didn't work out that we learned a lot from, and let's pick ourselves back up and let's figure out what we learn from this and how we go apply that next time. When you're in the zone of doing things that no one's ever done before, if you're only succeeding, you're not taking enough risk.
I was reserved and I was shy and had it in me, but wasn't quite sure how to bring it out yet. I wanted people to hear me so bad and I wanted to do my shit, but it was like, them jitters and them, I'm scared, I'm not scared. That whole struggle and everything, especially early on for me, which I love being on stage and stuff like that. Once I got a mic, I was cool, but it was that prompted me to do it and get up there and not be scared to grab that and just rock. I feel like anybody can do anything they set their mind to. It depends on how bad you want it, and I wanted to do it. At this stage of my life, I don't feel like there's too much that I can't do. I don't mean to sound cocky or nothing, but if I really, really want to do it, I don't give up that easy.
The other thing he told me was, when I was struggling a lot in those times, I said, बड़ा संघर्ष है जीवन में. So he said, जब तक जीवन है तब तक संघर्ष है. I used to tell him, life is a struggle. And he used to say, so long as there is life, there is going to be struggle. I think if we accept this factor, that your life is never going to be easy, something or the other is going to happen. So rather than sit in some kind of despondency on that and be aware that tomorrow is another challenge, is another day, which could turn out to be profitable, which may not, but eventually there will be another day when you can start trying all over again.
And you're at home watching and you're being called weird, or you're being called different, or whatever the hell you're being called, I'm here tonight to tell you, your critics do not count. Their words will fade. You won't. Stay foolish, stay hungry, dream, work hard, and who knows, maybe someday you'll find yourself standing on a stage, and maybe someday somebody will be giving you an award, calling you an innovator.